Good morning, everybody. Miss Knowles here. I was going to do a quick tutorial video on how to navigate Study Island and make sure you're completing all 3 sections of your assignments. In my first video, I showed you how to log in and how to kind of peruse the website. So this time, when I get logged into my student account, I'm going to show you how to complete all 3 sections of your assignment. We've had a few students who are going on Study Island and they're getting logged in and they're looking through the lesson part of the assignment, but that's all they're doing. They're not completing the flashcards or the actual question section. So here I am on my home page. As I mentioned in the last video, this classes section right here is where you'll spend most of your time. So it has all of your classes. Let me see. Let me scroll up here. So I've got my reading, my writing, and my math. And if you look down, you'll see your social studies and your science. You can click View Assignments. Well, let me go back for just a moment. I do want to show you one thing. Here on class updates, I even put a little note that explains that there are 3 parts to each assignment. First, you have the lesson that has text to read and a video to watch. Think about the text that you read. Those would be the words that your teachers would be saying to you in class if they were teaching you a lesson in person. We all know that's not happening right now because we're having to learn online. So instead of hearing your teacher say those words, it's your responsibility to read through that text and watch any videos that may be included in the lesson. That's part 1. Part 2, you'll be given a set of flashcards to work through. I'll show you those in just a moment. Part 3 is the practice section. That's where you're going to see the questions that you want to answer. Now, do you have to do all 3 sections in one day? No. You can do the lesson and the flashcards in one day, and then maybe the next day log in and do the questions. It's your personal preference. If you are the type of learner who does best by reading the lesson, watching the videos, going straight to the flashcards, and then immediately answering the questions in the practice section so you don't forget anything, then please do that. Remember, a little bit of learning each day goes a long way. It's not a race. We want you to do your best and let us know the areas where you need assistance. Okay, so now let me go back to view assignments. So here are your 2 assignments for the week for math. Okay, first you have number lines, fractions, and decimals. We're going to click Start. You're going to see the title right here, Number Lines, Fractions, and Decimals. There's going to be 15 questions in here. Your goal is to at least get 70%. Obviously, that would be passing. Okay, so click on the title of the lesson. You're going to see this box come up. The only boxes that you can click on right now is the lesson, which I told you earlier is the first part of the assignment. And if you want to, if your parents have access to a printer, you can print some printable worksheets. These are only for practice. You will not have a way to turn these into us right now. Your grade comes from completing the lesson, the flashcards, and the practice. The game mode section will open up for you once you make at least 70% on the practice. So as you can see, these 3 sections are gray. I can't click on them. It won't let me do anything. I can only click on the lesson. So when I click on the lesson, here's what comes up. Like I mentioned, there's text for you to read. These would be the things that I'd be saying to you in class. Here's some vocabulary here in the blue box. If you were in class, I would draw this on the board. We would talk about it. We would do some examples together. You would probably work on your own whiteboards. You guys know what we would do in class, but unfortunately, we're not in class together right now. Okay, so this falls on you. At the bottom, you can see this is page 1 out of 2. That fraction 1/2, it looks like 1/2. It means 1 out of 2. It means there's 2 pages of the lesson. You've completed the first one. Once you get to the bottom, you click this little arrow. It'll take you to your next page. Looky there. Then it talks about more information for number lines, more examples, and then you'll click Finish. That does not mean you are done with this complete assignment. It means you have read through the lesson. Now watch where it takes you back to. You're back to that very first screen that talks about the assignment. Now to do the next part, part 2, click on that title again and looky there. The next section is now available. You have completed the lesson, so now you can do the flashcards. And look what it says. Your teacher has required you to take the flashcards next. Now it's green. It's not gray anymore. I can click on it. Here come the flashcards. So the questions on the front, You answer it in your mind or write it down if you want to. To check your answer, you click the button that says Show Answer. The card will flip over. You see if you're correct. If not, if you got the wrong answer, flip it back over, click Show Question, and then you can go back and look at the question again and see why do you think you got it wrong. Okay? If you got it right, click the arrow. It'll take you to the next question. Now we're on question 2 out of 10. That means there's 10 flashcards that I want you to practice in this lesson. Okay? You'll go through all of your flashcards, looking at the answer for each one. Go back, read the question. There's the red dot. What fraction would that represent? I think I know what the answer is. Let me check. Yes, I am correct. Let's go to the next question. So you'll keep going, answering all of these questions until you get to the end. Once you get to the 10th question, almost there. 10th question. Now I can click Finish. Now, am I done with the entire assignment? No, you still have one more section, right? So here I am back at that main screen again that tells me about my assignment. I have to click it one more time. Now check it out. I can do the practice, which is where my questions are. And then after I complete that, I can do the game mode. So here's my practice section. This is where I'm going to be answering the questions. Question number 1. Here's my question. I'm going to click on A, B, or C, depending on what I think the answer is. After I answer it, submit. Okay? If you don't want to finish all, I think there's 15 questions. Yep, 0 of 15. If you don't want to answer them all at once, click this button, Save Session. Do you want to save for later and exit? Yes. When you're completely finished, if you want to continue your session, you can, or I'm done for now. I'm going to log out, go take a quick break. I'm going to come back and do it later. You can see right here, my assignment, or excuse me, my assessment part, my questions are in progress. Notice it didn't say that at the beginning, but look at this. This is my lesson. It tells me that it is complete. You have a key down here. My lesson is complete. What else is complete? What's that symbol? Those are my flashcards. My flashcards are complete. I am currently working on my questions. I'm going to have 15 questions. So far, I've answered 0 of 15. You don't have to answer them all in one sitting. If you're getting frustrated, just like in class, take a break. Go for a little walk if your parents will let you. Jump on the trampoline. Ride your bike. Draw a picture. Read a book. Take a quick nap. Watch a little TV show, whatever you need to do to take a break, to give your mind a little break. Once you have completed all 3 parts of the assignment, then you will see your score right here, okay? If you do not make a 70 the first time, you have a chance to do it again. I will be taking your best score, okay? So you'll get a chance to try it again if you don't make a 70. All right, I hope that makes it a little clearer as to what we want you guys to do in order to complete an assignment. Notice that now my fractions and decimal number lines has moved to the in progress section. When we first logged in, it was not started, but now it's purple because I've started it, I just haven't completed it yet. You can see I haven't answered any. I have 0% correct right now. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, have your parents send us a message on Dojo, or you, the student, can send us a message directly on Study Island in the messaging center. That is right here. Okay, if you click on that, it opens up this section. If you need to send a message, click Compose Message. You'll type our name and send the message. Okay, please let us know if you have any questions. We miss you guys. Have a great day.